Hello everybody, this is Bill Kalivas with Launchpad. We are here today with Mr. Todd Koyama from Washington Trust Bank. Todd's going to spend a few minutes talking to us about his role here at Washington Trust Bank and give us some great tips. So welcome, Todd. Thank you for being with us here today. Tell us a little bit about your role here at Washington Trust Bank.
I am a loan officer in the private banking area, and I've been here for 8 years, and I love it.
Cool. Tell us the typical type of customer, client, folks that you're looking to do business with.
In the private banking area is a combination of commercial lending and consumer banking, and so we primarily work with professional services, industries, accountants, attorneys, dentistry, physicians.
Excellent.
So that is the core of it. Really.
And that's a good fit for this area, obviously, especially with healthcare, the dentists and professional services groups. Are you guys pretty busy right now?
We are. It's picked up quite a bit. The beginning of the year, and of course last year, seemed very slow. But in the last, probably I'd say 3 or 4 months, it's really picked up, which is a great thing.
So I'm a small business owner. I'm obviously concerned a little bit about the economy. Spokane, interesting times where it's obviously a diverse economy here, but let's say I want to get some working capital infused into my business. What are some of the things you would talk to me about if we were talking about working with you and your bank?
Well, as a small business owner, one thing you have to go into it realizing that it'll probably require your personal guarantee. And your personal net worth or your personal cash flow, whether you have additional sources of cash flow or whether it's from your business itself, that typically will be the support for a small business loan, because small business loans, they typically won't have large pieces of equipment or standard assets, the typical type of assets that would collateralize the loan. So beyond the collateral, of course, is the cash flow, and how well does your business cash flow? That's key. Especially for a bank like Washington Trust, we're considered a cash flow lender essentially, and we want to fund growth more than we want to fund losses, as any bank would, but that essentially means profitability, and that will support.
What would you say is the most common question you get asked by folks who are interested in your services or getting a loan? What are the type of questions you typically get?
Yeah, probably one of the most popular questions is, what does it take to be in private banking, just as the nature of the department. From a bank perspective in general, the biggest question is, how is the economy? And are you guys really lending money, or are you really tightening? Right,
right. Is there anything that you would like to share with members of Launchpad about sort of what you do that might be maybe a misconception, or maybe anything about Washington Trust Bank that you'd like to share with people?
Absolutely. I think it is typical to think of a bank as a source of funding, and they're going to give you a yes or no. But I believe that bankers, loan officers in particular, can be an excellent source of information. And so I would extend to all Launchpad members and folks that are watching this is to please feel free to call. I love to have conversations regarding business, and it definitely doesn't have to be positioned where it's assumed that I will get some sort of business out of it. It's just the business that we do. Is speaking with people, and in particular Washington Trust Bank being locally owned.
Right.
Would love to work with local business owners at whatever stage their business is at.
And if I'm not mistaken, you're starting a blog yourself. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Yeah, that's great. What's where are you at in the stage of the blog and developing that?
I have one post. I have no guests, and I have not learned the keys to blogging, which I am looking forward to doing through Launchpad.
Yeah, we're developing an intro to blogging workshop along with other workshops. So
great.
Maybe we'll work with you kind of directly, and we can use you as a case study maybe.
I will look forward to it. Yeah. I need the help.
Awesome. So it's been great talking to you, Todd. You were a great guest speaker at our Are You Bankable seminar.
Thank you.
So we really appreciate that, and also a great guy.
Great.
So thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Bill.
All right.
Take care.